Why don't we try where he picks up the girl at the bar? Maybe, because I think he got coaching.
That's a good scene.
Huh?
That is a good scene.
But is that the scene where mystery comes in?
I don't know. I've watched it, and I don't.
You remember?
No.
It was 3 characters that come out of a time zone or something that he creates, and one of them is mystery. It's literally, I think it says it's mystery, right? It says the word mystery.
I don't remember saying name.
No?
Yeah,
Okay.
me neither.
Ask, check. Simon says,
Did you do it?
no, I'm streaming.
Well, while he's finding that, man, you know, what you've been able to do in Vegas is really outstanding and something I totally appreciate what's going on. I've been going to Vegas for, I mean, decades. And to see what's occurred with your lifestyle there and how naturally and righteously you've been able to integrate yourself.
Righteously, that's a big deal. I haven't had
It's
to
righteous,
lie.
dude.
I haven't had to lie or cheat on anyone.
And that's what's so awesome, and that's enabled you to, I mean, really blow out all the preconceptions that people would have of what Las Vegas really is.
It's enabled an 8-figure income man to want to be my housemate without questioning my ethics in any way, shape, or form. It's allowed a superstar, a world superstar to come live with me. It's allowed Mystery to pick up the fucking phone right now. And it's allowed me to right now call South Central LA right now. And either the phone will get picked up by an OG of South Central LA, or I promise you within 10 minutes, I either get a text that says, Big Boy, I'll call you right back, or I'll get a call. And I can now keep extending. Would you like to extend further and further and further and further? Right? Mystery is one of those characters. How about Hypnotica? Right? Go ahead and read that book. And everybody who came across Hypnotica, known as Rasputin in that book, thought, wow, that's a magical character. I wonder what it would be like to know that guy. How about not only know that guy, but have that guy and you in conversation, and that guy asking you questions about this stuff? How about like just check your ideas with that man who's been doing that since I was a baby, right? Whoa, dude, whoa, how is this happening to me? Well, when this happens to you, something else simultaneously happens to you. It goes through you like the Aquarius. It has to go out. You can't contain all that. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think anybody's going to contain it. Right? Philosophers philosophize. They say crazy shit. Nietzsche says all the crazy shit. They go against him, right? Whatever. Bobby Fischer, the fucking chess player, he goes nuts in quotes. He's not nuts. Bobby Fischer, to be that good at chess, that brilliant, let's go back and find out what Bobby Fischer thought was happening at the time. If you never watched it, watch the documentary on Bobby Fischer. He's one of my heroes, actually. Okay, go ahead. Anything else?
Well,
We'll find the mystery thing at some point.
I got a cool question for you though,
Yeah.
man, because this is one of the things that struck me a lot when I'm there staying with yourself and the whole IMC Nation crew that's out there. It's, you know, Las Vegas is this city of extremes.
Yeah.
People have it has
So tame.
the whole world knows Las Vegas. It's definitely stands alone.
Yeah. In
In
the
the
desert
world.
by itself,
It's
like a
a
fucking.
top.
Yeah, it's an oasis in the desert. And everywhere else
Yeah,
you go to the
but
desert,
it's-
there's Dubai. Right? There's
Yes,
places
no,
that.
Las Vegas is internationally known, and it keeps growing. It doesn't stop. Like there's more awesome
It's
things.
building. Hollywood is
happening.
coming here, yeah.
Yep. And so,
Jeez.
and I've witnessed this firsthand, but I'd love to ask this for anyone that hasn't. You know, it's how do you maintain that balance and discipline while living in that environment that's built around indulgence and temptation? Because there's a polar opposite that you've tapped into, and I'd love to just hear how you do that and how you came across being even able to do that.
I'm gonna give credit to my parents. You, whoever didn't have that in your parents, are gonna have to find it in your own way somehow. For me, it reminds me of the Bane scene with Batman. He says, you adopted the darkness. I was born in it, raised in it, right? You merely adopted discipline. I was disciplined since birth, right? My dad tells a story that he was gone for a long time, and then he comes back, and I'm in diapers kind of a shit, right? And he says the story. He says that he wanted to see his son so bad because I'd just given birth and he had to take off and come back for something.
Mm-hmm.
My dad says he walks in. He also hasn't seen his wife. And as bad as he wants to go greet his son, his baby, he knows that the wife might get jealous or upset. So he tells the story of how he goes over there, kisses her, hugs her, whatever, makes sure she's okay. He has to have the patience for a bit, and then when he gets up and he comes and sees his son, man, that's discipline, right? Even at that age in a diaper, the guy who raised me was using discipline in the moment. It's like, what the fuck, right? And he never, ever, ever let that slip. Like that, if you live with my dad, right, growing up, it's really simple, right? If he says move this from here to here, right, and it's agreed upon, then that is going to move from there to there. Like it really doesn't matter anything else at this point. I could have a breakup, I could have cut my fingers off, right? It would always come down to that is not a concern. Do what you're supposed to do. So I was born and raised in it, and thank God for that, right? I have everything I have because I was raised properly, and I know that, okay? I know that. So then that kind of like cuts out 99% of the population who wasn't raised properly. No, not true. Not true. Because I was not taught by those people social dynamics or jiu-jitsu or hypnosis and all that. I learned that from other people, right? Good. You come learn that from me. Right? We don't know how history was able to hack into the social matrix the way Newton did. Newton saw an apple fall, and then he kept doing experiments with it, and we got all these Newtonian laws. Now, how many years later? Mystery saw how beautiful women and guys were acting, and he kept going out and experimenting, and he created an algorithm that anybody can use. If you know the mystery method from beginning to the end, you know it perfectly, you're going to be able to go meet beautiful women, make them attracted to you, and have sex with them. That. I don't know if you're going to have a relationship with them like that. He can, right? He can. But you could definitely get there. And that's a huge thing. I remember when I can you cut out this part from history? This is a good little testimonial. I remember when I cut out, I forgot. Okay. Oh, I remember when I cut out, I'm just showing you what's in my mind when I cut out. I remember when I realized, that was me cutting out A2. When I realized that I had the ability at any moment to make a woman attracted to me. It was an ability I gained. Right? I'm like in the world of anime always in my head. So when you learn the mystery method, you go through these phases. The second phase of it, the first phase is you start a conversation with a stranger in a way that doesn't trigger anything negative. And you get them to want to talk to you a little bit. First phase. Second phase, when that happens, it ends when the girl is showing you interest of attraction, indicators of attraction, right? And I can do that. I can do that over and over and over and over and over. Why? Because there's a programming in the system of the woman that if she sees this, 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 and this consistently, she will begin to feel attraction. If you don't believe that, then let's try it for the men. If you see a woman with beautiful breasts, ding, there's one. Beautiful hips, waist, butt, ding, two beautiful hair, ding, beautiful skin, bam, beautiful lips, beautiful eyes. It's all physical, right? But as we add it, we light up. If a woman has all of that, we're all attracted to her. You could be married, you could be gay, it don't matter. There is an attractive woman we want. Got it? Good. Now, let's go to women. Women also have certain switches that if you flip it, she will begin to feel a sense of attraction towards you. She doesn't want to have sex with you, that's later. She wants to get to know you, she wants you around, she wants you to like her. Because she's starting to like you, right? So that is the second step, you could say almost, in the mystery method. And I mastered it. Like, that's how I always done things, I mastered it. Boom, then to the third one. If you master the third one, that phase right after, when it's done, when that's done, you have the ability, no matter what, to make the person who was in there with you feel like you have a lot of value and they want to be around you. They will see you as somebody worthy of having around a lot when you finish that. So not only can I start talking to anybody, I could make them feel certain things by turning on switches, and I'm just a woman, right? And a man, I can do that for different things. Not sexually, but I can do it, right? Then after that, not only that, I could make it when the interaction ends, no matter what, she walks away and she goes, man, that guy is somebody. Like, that's A3, that's a third phase. That's so much superpower. Because if you get here, you can get phone numbers, if you can get girls will make out with you, though it's like they treat you so much better than you've ever been treated, because you can just, and you can keep doing it. So you fuck up here, someone doesn't like you, just go somewhere else, you start the sequence again with them. And you get them there. So I've found a sequence that actually turns into relationships. Literally. You're gonna take the most beautiful woman here's my formula, ready? The AZD method. You're gonna take the woman that you want the most. The one that makes your stomach and heart go, that one. That's what's so dope about this. You can't do it unless you feel it. Now, you're playing with feelings, be careful when you play with fire. But it's gonna require fire. That fire you feel will be enough heat to burn down the demons that are about to come at you from her. You need to have enough fuel to keep going, because it's not gonna be easy. Right? We're getting excited here. This is our lane, that's why they're here, because that's why they chose the AZD method. Because it makes you alive. And you bleed just to know you're alive. Right? That part of the song. The whole song is this. It's the obsession of a relationship the way I would feel it. The song's called Iris. Okay? And I don't want the world to see me, because I don't think they understand. When everything's over, I just want you to know who I am. Right? When a guy falls in love with a girl, that's all he cares about. I know that. It's like, I don't care what anybody thinks. I want her to think of me this way. And if she thinks of me as Superman, then I'm going to fly around the world and there's nothing you can do about it. But she's your kryptonite too. That's what's scary. And as you fly around, she starts looking at you. She goes, wait, did I just make him Superman? She realizes you're weak. So then she tests the kryptonite, you crash, she goes, oh, I can turn him into Superman. She starts using you. She has a 10-year, 5-year, 15-year relationship that just keeps you around, listens to you, is your woman, but just sucks you dry. Right? Yeah, we've all been there.
That's amazing. Dude, I just want to throw in there that just in this 40 minutes, we've had like massive celebrity guests coming in and out. Mystery on the phone, there's people who've been inside and outside the chat. This is a den of superheroes.
It is. Den of Superheroes. League of
It really
Extraordinary Gentlemen. That's what we should be called. We are the true League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. L-E-O. What is that?
L-O-U-G.
It's gotta be cool,
L-E-G.
right? We'll make a cool one out of it.
Log.
We're logs.
Log.
Okay, we got 20 minutes. I want to end there at 6 today.
Mhm.
Anything else going on? What else is happening? Star-studded event.
It really is. And you know, it's not the easiest to get here. This is a private Zoom call. You
Yeah,
can be kicked out. So there's a level of exclusivity.
absolutely.
And beasts are showing up, which is super cool.
And you said something really important in my game that you're trying to learn, everybody. You have to have in everything you do exclusivity. And I do if you're around me. That's called prestige. If everybody could always access everything, blah, 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 there's no value in it. The reason why his value as a person went up to us when he found out he could do an 8-figure income, not only because he has money, but you think he's going to buy you a car or something? That's not what you care about. You don't want his money. He's not going to give you his money. Why do you care? Why do you care? Well, because he seems to know something that you don't know. God, he must, right? Like how? How many people have tried to do it and they couldn't do it? So now this value comes up. So now when he talks, people will listen. That's why it's important to know how to introduce oneself. Look at Yogi Chris on camera right now. There you go. Okay, go ahead. Fitness fucking dudes. Okay, go ahead. What else you got?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what's cool, what I really like AZD about, everything that goes on here, there's a lot of deep understandings of ancient civilizations, which is always a fun topic amongst the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, because there has to be some serious lore behind the extraordinary. Like extraordinary didn't just randomly happen. There's some deep lore and indeed, a lot of mystery behind becoming extraordinary, and we can tie that back quite often to our glorious past.
Yeah.
A past that's filled with the victories of our fathers and our mothers that went before us and allowed this evolution to continue. Like me getting here, you getting here, like the sacrifices that occurred over millennia, that now we're literally sitting here streaming through. Earlier in one of your sessions you mentioned, we're like right now I'm seeing you and you're basically a translation of zeros and ones, and I'm the same to you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yogi Chris
Well,
was saying that, yeah.
how many of our forefathers and mothers had to go through that so that we could get here and communicate like this? And I've heard you mention some really cool stuff about ancient civilizations, and I mean, there's so much there, it's hard to pinpoint into like where to even ask you to go, but maybe the first thing that comes into your head regarding our ancient past and whatever wisdom that's coming to you right now, I'd love to hear that.
Oh man, we've gone forever. When you said that, I laughed because when you said,
I know, we got
when you said
15 minutes.
I'll tell you, when you said the first thing that comes up, a wave went out of me, and suddenly this whole room shifted, and it was like this, like slices of pie in my head, like this, just like this. Look, I'm showing you what I saw. It went a wave like this, and it was sliced up. Now, if I look through it, I'll start seeing in all these slices different lineages, or I just gotta go in. You know what I mean? So it's all fun about our history. Our history. So the first thing I can tell you is right away that there's been a tradition of men, two traditions you should know about. One, men of knowledge getting together daily, right, in one spot and talking wisdom.
Sounds familiar.
Sounds like stoicism, sounds like wisdom, sounds like what they did in Greece, sounds like what we've been doing year after year. So you are in a world where the pressures of society are just as much as everybody else, and you're able to do everything that you need to do, but arrive daily to speak wisdom. You are men of wisdom. You are a true philosopher, a lover of wisdom. That connects you to Solomon. Immediately, Solomon is your ancestor. From the biblical term, Solomon sits right here, right here. And you would know that's true if you've been around me, because I seem to have Solomonian powers, sun and moon powers. Well, because I have been doing the tradition, walking the path he's walked. He had 300 women, I have 10, great. But 10 in today's world may be comparable to 300 of him being a king and me being a commoner. In fact, the ratio might be exact, maybe, or maybe this is an evolution of that. But I'm not gonna be less than Solomon. So when people say, King Solomon had 300, King Solomon was a King Solomon. I'm a Rashdi Bazar. My dad is an accountant, my mom's dad, and I don't have anything besides martial arts going for me. And pick up and all that. You get it?
Mm-hmm.
And I've been up to 17, but I have had, let's say, 10 righteous, full-on relationships at the simultaneous. Okay? So, but that's nothing special, because King Solomon also, when he had everything, he said all is vanity, and he sought wisdom. So if you're here, Solomon is here. If you're here, the Stoics are here, and so are all the philosophers that ever sat down and thought about it. We are philosophers, we are Solomons. Solomon is also known for having 300 women. So if you're here seeking your women like he did, he had to say, you are mine. So we could say Solomon had 300 wives. Right? There had to be some kind of a, that's mine, I'm his, one. He would have to go and say that. It wasn't like suddenly he woke up, 300 women arrived at his doorstep, and he was like, I guess they're mine. He would have had to have had some communication with the woman and have desired her. One second. Another celebrity. Hi, I'm on podcast, but I'm answering. We have a very famous, beautiful person online, okay? She's so fine. Can I turn you around or no? Can I turn you around so they see you? I'm on a show. Why are you calling me? Just say hi or just show how good you look? Okay, well, don't be lost. Can you call and say?
Yeah.
Well, are you in this? Are you over there?
He's asking actually.
He's asking where she is. She's asking where he is.
Yeah.
You know why? Because you're my woman. He ain't finding you until I say it. Okay, now he can find you. Now he can find you. You better, yeah, yeah.
He's actually calling right now.
He's calling, hold on. He's calling you or me?
Me.
Okay. All right, Callie, where are you exactly? Look around you, where are you? He's gonna tell him where you are. Upstairs by the church. Hold on, don't move. You're still walking.
Yo.
His name is Phil, he's coming.
Yeah,
Upstairs by the church.
yeah, she's upstairs by the church.
Just look for the finest thing you ever seen. If you had a fine radar smell like I do, I would just hunt you down with pheromones right now. I would say stay where you are, like left. Left.
Okay, so, alright, you tell him upstairs, right?
Yeah, hold on, he's figuring it out. 219.
Yeah, 219, yeah, upstairs, second floor, 219B.
What is it? What do you say?
Upstairs?
Upstairs,
Second floor,
second floor,
219B.
219B. Is that where you are? What do you see?
Just be in building B.
213A is what she's seeing.
Yeah, she has to be in B.
B is another building?
Yeah.
Is there a building next to you that you walk to? Okay, so he's in building B. He's in building B, he's a BBL. Hey, every angle looks good. Go every angle with this camera, it don't matter. There you go. Every angle looks good. From the bottom, from the top, from the left. You know how you're moving your hand around? Yeah, that's a good one too.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
So which way is building B?
Listen to the heels. Building B. She's walking out.
No, I don't know where to go. That's what I'm
And
saying.
you have to walk out of the building.
Out of building A and then go this way.
Okay? She's gonna walk out of building A. Where's building B? What if she stands outside building A? Can you go find her?
I'll text him that. Tell him that.
Keep her on the phone. Keep her on the phone so we can GPS it.
What'd you say?
I'm talking to him and I'm telling him to get the other guy on the phone and the guy could come downstairs and you could find each other. Just walk out the building right now. Damn, you look like a scary movie Lost in a Building right now. Like my angle?
I'm walking in and ain't nobody here.
That's what I'm saying, that's what it looks like.
I don't even know where I came. Oh, here it is. So is building B across the street?
No, don't go across the street, wait.
No, I mean like directly. Oh, I see.
You see it?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we good?
Building B.
Okay, well, stay on the phone so you can go in there. Watch out for that bird going above you right now.
It's okay.
It was pooping. It was pooping.
You want me to stay on the phone?
No, I don't care. You want to stay on the phone?
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, bye. Nice. Okay. All right, where are we at, Brett? Sorry about that. Oh, we were doing history.
No, I'm good, man. You were saying some pretty powerful stuff about the lifestyle of King Solomon, translating it all the way into today,
Yes.
and very particularly commanding, you know, how
But, okay.
he was to get 300 wives.
Yeah, let me talk to the
Well
men.
said.
Let me talk to the men real quick, because there's a lot of men and one or two women. Look, first of all, You can't be sorry for what you want if what you want is not hurting anybody, right? And it's not gonna hurt another woman if you're honest. Why would it hurt? Right? Some point when you're with a woman, this is gonna come up. Are you dating anybody else? Right? The answer is yes, I am. Oh wow, you didn't tell me. Huh. Okay. Well, it's coming up now, right? Oh well, I mean, well, what's she gonna say here? I mean, is it serious? Yeah. She also knows about you. She knows because I date women, right? I'm not a liar. Right? Have I lied to you? No, I haven't lied to you. It's easy, right? It's actually not difficult. You think you're wrong. I know I'm right. Big difference. You think you're wrong. I know I'm right. They're not even in the same fucking place, right? Thinking I'm right is not even knowing I'm right. I know I'm right. I can take it from biblical terms to scientific terms. I could take the Bible and throw it in the garbage, and take science and throw it in the garbage, and I can look at my own life and everything I've ever witnessed and seen at 47 years old. It tells me that men would like to be with multiple women to feel satisfied. If any man disagrees with me, you're a liar. Okay? So you could just knock it the fuck off. Right? Now, why you can't actually say that is a testament of how degraded you've become. Jesse Lee Peterson, shout out to Jesse Lee Peterson, highly recommend everything he has, right? That's it. Like, but why did I bring him up? Because he has a show called The Fallen State, right? Mm-hmm. You are in a fallen state when you can't just say the truth that is observed by every human being, that men would like to be with multiple women. That's the first step. We're just going to start there, right? We're just going to start there. Now, if you can't own that, you can't step up to the line yet for me to walk you to the next step. You have to work your life inside and out until you can just, I'd like to be with multiple women, and sit there. Now, if you're alone for the rest of your life after you say that, that could happen. But if you study this stuff, you won't be. Without a doubt. That's like saying something like this: I'm going to pursue my passion in life and make money. You might be broke for the rest of your life, but not if you get the proper coaching and if you keep going. You will make money. Now, how much? Grab the guy who knows how to make 8 figures with it then, at some point. He's probably not going to talk to you in the very beginning, though. Right? If he's doing that, and you're like, well, I've been thinking about starting a business. Will you help me? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Who are you? That's where relationships come in. Right? So when I met Mystery, I borrowed money to have coffee with him. The same guy that you just saw. Right? And in coffee, I told him, you are a star. Him and I walked to the coffee shop in San Francisco, right? And cars were honking. Mystery is, he goes, that never gets old. Right? So I tell him, I'm like, you are a celebrity, you are this, and I tell him, I am a nobody right now. And I borrowed money to be here. But I have one gift that I've used prior to meeting you. I've had teachers named Ernie Reyes, named Manu Chapo, and named Sandra Batata, right? And these people will tell you one thing about me. I'm the best student they've ever had. That's number one. So I'm going to be your best student. Who's your best student right now? Style. Neil Strauss, the one who wrote the book, right? I tell him I'll surpass him because I've surpassed all of their students. 1. 2. All of them, I just brought up their name to you. I will keep their name forever. And ready? Final piece. One day, the whole world will be listening to me. I promise you this. This is my destiny. So I would like to learn from you. And I would like to be your number one student. These were my words. I want to surpass Style. And one day, it's going to matter when I say that you're my teacher. And that's all I can tell you right now. That was my offer. Right? And I had paid $500 to go so he can get a Starbucks coffee that I paid for outside the $500. That was the last cash in my own pocket, right? It just felt right. So I paid $500 for him to walk from the hotel to get the coffee, sit down, drink the coffee, not even all of it, and walk back to the hotel. That $500 has made me over $1 million now. Isn't that crazy? Because I knew what my value was. And it remains my value, right? And so you, whoever you are, right, first have to start with the truth. Yes, you can pursue your passion and make money from it. It's not going to be easy. Everybody wants to do it, right? But it's possible. You may not be able to be a professional football player now at the age you are. That's very far off. But you could start a business or something. You can make money. You can do whatever you want. And when it comes to relationships, you can be 75 years old and start over because there's other 74, 75-year-old ladies who need it.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Right?
I want to see that happen.
If we get that old, right? Hugh Hefner was 90s dating 30s, 20s. Right? There's no age limit once you have the value. Women were designed by God, just like you want multiple women, and you're not sorry about it. If I was a woman, I would say, I seek a man of power and value, and I am not sorry about it. I don't care what you say. If he's 80, and he's a billionaire, and I'm 25, I'm going for that man. Why? First of all, I'll bet you he'll love me right. Right? I'll bet you he'll love me right. Second, if I felt sex was an issue, I would tell him as a woman. I would say, you're 80, I'm 25. Okay? There's going to be a time as a 25-year-old where I'm going to want to have sex, not with an 80-year-old man. I respect you, I this and that. How would you suggest I do this if I was going to be with you? Maybe they do, well, do you have a fucking friend or something? You know what I mean? If I'm 80 and I'm dying, and I have all this money, I'm alone, bring me Pamela Anderson, I'll make her a deal. Right? As a billionaire. And if she's smart, when she gets with me, she will be okay after that. You see that? And if I'm a woman, I would own that as much as a man, I would own multiple women. And I would say, fuck you to society. And I'd make a video, and I would say, all the ladies that are on, I would say to them, listen to me carefully, ladies. I am AZD. I'm a woman now. I need a dick. I need a Duzar, right? I as a woman have made a decision that I'm gonna meet billionaires. Ready? And I'm going to fall in love with them, and they're gonna fall in love with me. And I'm going to be safe and secure for the rest of my life, and I'm gonna be honest with them. Ready? And I'm do my video blog. And people would come crazy, but a lot of women would be like, you know what? You're right, sister. I've been doing this for fucking 30 years. I've been married to this fucking guy that I married for his body, for his looks. I fucked up. I'd be like, yeah, that's right. I started a fucking movement of girls dating billionaire old guys. Old guys. That's a strategy I would do if I was a young, beautiful woman. Right? Who's the guy who's done everything? I want to be the prize. Right? And I don't care what my friends say, because I know as a woman what my friends say. They say, what kind of shoes does she wear? What kind of purse does she have? What kind of house? They don't care what kind of dick is she getting. We're in 2024, things are different, right? So all I'm saying is, men and women, you start at the basic motivation of life that God gave. Men of power want multiple beautiful women that are younger than them. Women of beauty want men of power that are older than them. And let's start. And everybody else is an idiot to me. I'm 25 dating a 23-year-old. Stupid. Okay? Why? 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 Because I love him. Why? Because he treats you good? I'll talk to you in 3 years. Okay? Why do you love her? Because she gets you, I'll talk to you in 3 years. You stupid motherfucker. You have no leverage right now. Right? If you're 26, you should be able to be 18. 18. Don't even go for 21. Why? 18, bro. Trust me. Okay? You need as much range as you can with experience, resources, and understanding. Because you're supposed to guide her. Right? She's not supposed to be rattle your cage with some problem she has in life. It's got to be like, whatever. Okay? Whatever. But if you're sharing problems with her, what a shit. Two girls talking. Right? And that's why you never have the problem your girl has. Just so you know. Any woman listening to me would know how right I am right now. Okay? She's got to feel her man. This is why I know KP's game is going to be one of the best games on the planet one day. I'm looking for the guys to be the mystery, matador, all that. Did you see how cool it was? That's another tradition you're in, by the way. I said, in front of the man, I was out with his team, the Venusian Arts. You guys go out with IMC Nation. You see that? I said in front of him what his life was like. I was tempted to share some experiences, but I thought better. I want you to know, think about Tommy Lee and Kiss, the fucking rock stars. This guy I just talked to, and the other guy, Matador, that was my mentor, that was his student, right? That would be like me, the mentor, and then Sultan Matador, right? And you get trained under both of us, and at some point I go, you need to go with Sultan because he has a particular game. Your style fits his. That was my life, right? I learned from the main guy, and the main guy says to me, you got this, go over there. Why? Because the way you move, that guy moves. Then I go over there and I game monsters. Matador was a monster. He was literally a monster in the pickup arts, right? Like in the pickup arts, the most alpha guy next to who? Hypnotica. Hypnotica is probably one of the most alpha beings I've ever met in my life, just so you guys know. And one of the most righteous and one of the best friends you could ever have. Probably in my category of the greatest humans I've ever met is Hypnotica. We should call him. 6 o'clock, we normally end, but let's call him real fast. I mean, you can't say something that good. Get on someone's back. And let's see if he picks up. We're going to try to FaceTime him. Look. Oh, that's dangerous with that guy. So there'll be a dick in his hand. Or you have a gas mask on, and there'll be a girl in the background having an orgasm, right? And he'll be like doing some experiment on bees. I'm not kidding. He's like that. He's like a mad genius when it comes to shit. He'll be in his lair. The lights will be off, right? He'll be naked. On the right will be some binaural beats or some shit. On the left will be like a horror movie. And be like 8 girls having an orgy in front of him and one sucking his dick. While he's face on me, be like, hey, how's it going? Hold on. Hey, you think I'm kidding? That's the level of some human beings that you don't even know, right? These guys are gods, right? You just spoke to the guy who taught me. No matter how good I am, I can't be him, just so you understand. So if I'm an eagle, he's a shark, right? But in what he does, you can't touch him. I'm incredible at what I do. You can't touch me what I do. But if you watch him do pickup, man, the only way I can describe it is the perfect temperature water is always around you when he's around. And it's the perfect fucking ride in the park. And the water's always the perfect temperature. If you're gonna go in the pool, mystery's that pool water that's perfect at that moment, right? If you're gonna take a drink, he's that fucking that Coke. So he has a way of communicating. He even does it right there, where you feel good when he talks. It's crazy. I'm the opposite. I feel bad when I talk. Okay. He didn't call back or anything. We should be wrapping it up. Anything else? So there's lineage. Philosophers, Stoics, Solomon, the mystery, the original founder of this stuff. Warriors. You're in the lineage of warriors, right? The current world champion of Jiu-Jitsu Masters is Batada, ranked #1 in the world right now. Right? You're connected to that. I'm his first black belt. It's real. Right? Whoa! I would like to be taught by a teacher like me. That guy is sick. There's going to be certain ways I respond to life that are so particular to being a Gracie black belt under Batada. And it's extremely unique. It's what it would take for him to be a world champion again right now. And his sons would start becoming a champion. Like, who is that guy? Who is that guy that was possessed by the spirit of Jiu-Jitsu? Isn't that crazy? Who's one phone call away, one of my best friends and one of my teachers. There is $1 trillion relationship. You and I right now can get advice from the world's greatest hypnotist, pickup artist, and fighter. Right now, one phone call away. We can also get advice from what will be the definition of a gangster. Per everything. Per having done time, for being shot, for being tatted like one, for being known for one, for having an Instagram known as the face of that town.
Yeah.
Right? We
We
can
ignore
get right now a phone call answer about that subject. You and I right now can get a phone call, a FaceTime from one of the greatest fighters in MMA that has ever lived. Right now, I could ask him some advice about your punch or kick, and we can get an answer right now, live. That's what I'm giving. That's why I go crazy when you don't get it. But better than all of that for you. I can right now call 10 girls, not counting the one that called. That's a fake. Who called me is the person who just won the porn awards. That was the person on the phone. You understand? We're about to cut this show, but IMC Nation is going to stay. Brett, stay. Anybody who's IMC Nation who's a student of mine, stay. Everybody else who's not a student, we're going to have to cut it off because I'm going to give you a personal experience, okay? Anything else, Brett? We're now going to, let's really talk about it after this. It's your job, if I'm brand new to you, to get to the next class. Which is me just talking to my students about something that's going to blow their mind. I had a realization about what I said. That's why I'm so clear. Everybody knows everything I've said before. But as I'm saying it, they're getting it. And, wow, that's true. It's making them stronger. Would you like some advice on what? On those subjects? How about I go to the source? That's crazy, guys. Should we want it? I can give you advice on Taekwondo right now from Hall of Fame member. If I call Ernie Ray's wife, I would never call him. I have never called him in my entire life. That's how much respect I have for that man. Ernie Reyes sits in his Master Ernie Reyes. Please cut this out so I can send it to him. Out of all the men I've ever met, Master Ernie Reyes stands on his own mountain, and no master can get near him. Just so you know. No matter how great any of them have ever been, when they face Master Ernie Reyes, they will bow. As I bow when I see him. If you ever see Master Reyes, I'm telling you right now, you will feel his spiritual power to drop your head. But I guarantee you something about that beautiful man. What a treasure he is. Let me tell you that as much pressure as you'll feel to drop your head when you see him, to just bow to him, he will bow first to you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. When I had left on bad terms because I fucked up as a student, right? And I spoke bad about them. And I went to challenge them. I did that. When I had not seen him for years and I had acted so wrong thinking I was right. Okay, that's what's scary about acting wrong. You think you're right. I'm going full speed thinking I'm right. Okay, and then I realize I'm wrong. But while at the time that I'm going wrong, I ran into him in a Krum Thai. Okay, Thai food weeks ago. And he was there with his crew. I haven't seen them in years, right? It's like a gravity. I have to go and say hi. And I'm about to walk into people who don't like me anymore. As I walk up and he sees me, listen, the last time he saw me was not good, and I left and I did bad. The next time he sees me, years later, I've established IMC Academy, I've become somebody, whatever. As I walk up, he goes, hey, he stands up, and as I'm about to bow, he bows first, and I want to pick him up. What? So he stands on his own, right? And should I need it, then he's one phone call away. And I would like this sent to him. Okay? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, him and Mystery are the only two of your teachers that I had heard of before I met you.
Yeah?
And I remember when I found out you were connected with Ernie Reyes, and I was like it just stood out to me because I was not from that world at all and from the other side of the fucking country.
We, as a class, are going to study him tomorrow, tonight. Because I just saw, right now I saw, when I was categorizing, he stands on a mountain, like in Naruto, he's one of those Kages that goes into the stone wall, a mountain. Nobody could ever touch that man in my life. What he taught me, how he still carries himself, right? There's a true master if you've ever seen one, right? I never saw him lose his temper outside. no matter what was going on. There were times where he was betrayed wrong, and I was there, and he just kept his cool. Right? I'll share this. Please keep this in there for him. Like maybe chop it up twice. We went to we'll end. I want to end with this. Is that okay? Because I don't want to talk after about anything when I say this. All right? So this is about Master Reyes, the person who raised me. One of the people that raised me. I had my dad, and I had him during the same time. My dad was at home, and I was in martial arts school. So all day here, all night there, or whenever. Whenever one was there, the other one was there. Right? There was always a father figure around for sure. And when my mother wasn't there, Margie was there, his wife. I had a mother and father everywhere I went, always, okay? And I thank God for that. Because a child is nothing without mother and father. You understand that? One of my girlfriends is, next to my own mother, the best mother I've ever seen. And it makes me so attracted to her, you have no idea, right? We were talking about it yesterday. And in front of the others, I said, as perfect as she is a mother, those children are going to suffer because they need a mother and a father. And that's a fact. And she can't argue, and I can't argue. Right? Because you need a father, all right, to get it right. So, if you didn't have one, you got to be it. Right? You got to be it. I became everything I didn't have. Right? So, Master Reyes, what happens is we're at an event, a martial arts event, right? And these martial arts events were different than MMA events. These were old school, like Mr. Miyagi shit. Martial arts was so cool at the time. You show up and teams had their jackets. You wouldn't talk to each other. You had rivalry. You didn't want to be in the bathroom with the other team. Like, it was cool, man. It was like just like the Karate Kid, right? And so Bruce Lee movies, Karate Kid movies, best of that time era. That's how martial arts was. Now it's like MMA style martial arts, right? So I go to, it's a buffet. We all did a show, and we're all in suits and like tuxedo kind of thing, right? And we're gonna be in this with these masters. So I grab the food, and I go and I sit down. It's a table, I think it's for us. This Kempo master comes up. Big guy, had a mullet. And I knew he was a dickhead when he walked up. He was a master, but I knew he was a dick. He walks up with a big old belly. White guy, looks at me. And he goes, get up. Hey, I've always had a problem, even if I'm 2 years old, with people disrespecting me, just so you know. That is when I can't keep my mouth shut. Or now I can, I couldn't. Yes, sir. Sir, do you know? Get up. Yes, sir. Master Reyes goes in my mind. Don't disrespect anybody here right now, right? I'm a little scared too. He's looking at me. He says, get out of here. Yes, sir. Oh, I'm burning. I grab my plate. I go to my friend Stephen Wong. I go, bro, fuck that. Who's that fucking guy? Oh, that's some fucking master. Dude, what the fuck, bro? Like, I feel belittled. Right? He just spoke to me like that. Get up. Get up. Get out of here. That's it. And I just done a show feeling like I'm somebody. Right? So I go, and I can't hold it. Master Reyes is eating. He looked so cool. He had like a samurai bun. He had like a old school, not royalty Chinese. It was like dragons like this. Like, imagine a martial arts master. He was dressed like that. But elegant, clean, sharp, right? Ripped. He was at, I think, 7% body fat at 60 years old at the time. Or 52. And I remember he was eating, and I was, do I tell him? Do I not? I'm like, I should tell him in case some bullshit happens later, right? I go, sir, I was sitting down, and he looks at me, he goes, what's the matter? And I remember his concern was different for me. He goes, what's the matter? I said, I was sitting down with this guy. I've never seen him like that. He goes, who? He goes, come with me. I'm like, whoa. I've never seen him confront someone like this, right? He walks up, but art of fighting, left fighting. He walks up and goes, hey, how you doing, sir? The guy gets up, right? It's Master Reyes. No matter who he is, this guy is way up. And then the guy looks at me, and his vibe changes. It looks like I told, right? And he goes, did something happen with my student here? And he's like, he was sitting in my seat. I told him to get up and leave. He should have respect. And he's like, yeah, he should have respect. And he looked at me. I said, yes, sir. And he's okay. I just wanted to make sure everything was okay. And he goes, yes, sir, everything's okay. You know, they're young. They don't know. They have to learn. He didn't give him a yes. He just looked at him straight stoically. He let the guy, we gotta teach them. They're young. They gotta learn respect. Keep the tradition. He just kept looking at him. And I said, okay, so everything's okay then, right? I said, okay. And he put his hand on my shoulder and he said, let's go. I don't know why that was so big. It's like a dragon just came out, like, oh yeah, if you'd seen it, it would have looked like this. Stand up. Hand on the shoulder, walk away. And then he says to me, don't worry about that guy. Thank you, Master Reyes. Okay? That's it for me. You want to end it? Maybe an offer? Is there an offer?
It's not my show. I mean,
Huh? Do you want to give an offer? We have the captain here. He makes offers for people.
What
You can make a deal with the devil, or you can make a deal with Michael. Take Michael, the archangel. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So, there's a wide spectrum of audience on, and everybody's, at different places. There's some OGs of IMC Nation that have been here for a long while and even moved to Vegas. And then there's, guys that have been on before, guys that this is your first stream. And, what was talked about today on this podcast in the history of IMC is, fills in a lot of gaps for anybody that's been around and heard a lot of teachings. Something so unique about AZD as a teacher is it's so innovative, continually innovating, that it's not a repeat of an old system. It's not just an innovation on something, it's an evolution. And so once it's done, it's likely to never be done again. And if it is, it's a completely different, it's so different.
It's not yet.
So, to get intro to the reality of what we're experiencing here today, I would say
Come
live
with me. What teacher offers that shit and he doesn't know you? Why don't you come live with me for 2 days? Have you ever seen anybody do business like that? For dirt cheap, why don't you come stay with us for 2 days? How's that? Huh? Just see for yourself. Money back guarantee. How's that? We should hold the money until at the end. But if it's more than you thought, then double your money when you're here. Because within 2 days, he's already been paid off. There's no way he could have gotten what he got for 20, 30, 50, 70, $100,000. No one could do that. Right? So, if you wanted a money back guarantee, then you also got to have the other side of the money back guarantee. If it's better than what you thought, I got to take more from you now. Okay? Alright, we can measure that. You can't lie. Because we're all doing the same thing. Right? Otherwise, violence. Sad violence. That means don't do it because it's stopped.
Yes, sir. All right, so dirt cheap for coming in person for 2 days. I would say $700,
Shit. That's a bottle.
bro.
That's a bottle of hippo.
$700. Come and live at Pegasus home base IMC Nation. Participate in all lectures. Go out with us while you're here.
Fuck
And
it, we'll even go get a bottle so your money went to the bottle.
Man.
You don't have to pay for the bottle. Come with us. We'll have a bottle that night. Okay? You pay $700, you come party with us.
but you got to arrive before Halloween.
Oh,
Otherwise, it's void.
that's right. Halloween have a party though.
We do.
But if you want to come party with us,
Man, I don't have that as an offer to
Yeah.
But
why don't you come
there
party?
is,
Why don't you come party with the guy? We could get the guy on the phone
Oh
and say I
man.
created a life so that they can come back to it, right? That I could match them, and he can't say no. You understand? He can't say no. He would like to be around me and my 4 girlfriends right after this. Which man wouldn't want to be right now around me and my 4 girlfriends for the next 2 hours, right? And then they're gonna go, and my new girlfriend, my little Cuban, is gonna come over. And then when she's done, my other little Cuban is waiting for me to call her so she can spend the night. Would you like to be me? Me too. Okay? Me too.
And that's the really value of residency is you tap into the frequency and the rhythm of the lifestyle, the actual real lifestyle that's actually really working. It's not what you think. It is what you think. It's not what you think. It's beyond what you think. It's just unimaginable. Otherwise, you'd be living it. So you come and you immerse yourself in it and you feel what it's like, and that's the transformation.
Has anybody here been to a celebrity?
Bro,
Not me, outside of me,
Yeah.
or people you've met through me.
Oh.
Outside of me.
Well.
If you met them through me, it doesn't count. Have you ever been around a celebrity and then you had the chance to go into a room and have a woman laid down bare and have cocaine on her asshole area and another one on her titties. And someone you know is doing cocaine off her titties. I have. I didn't do the cocaine. But I remember when I saw that and the door opened, I was like, wait, what? These motherfuckers are pulling this shit off? With these same girls that were in that same club? Does anybody know those girls have their fucking clothes off with cocaine on their assholes? And I'm being told, it's okay, come on in here. I'm like, I don't do coke, but I'm definitely gonna have to peek. Son of a bitch! I'm uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable having experiences these people had.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
If you got a video of your own book, right? You write a book, and you send a video, and you're holding your book like this, so like this, right? And on the other side is a beautiful woman sucking your dick, but you can't see the dick. But she's sucking your dick, and you're reading your book, right? And she's going crazy over there. And your book that you're reading is How to Get Women, right? And that's a woman you picked up. One of those guys sent me a video like that. I have it. I think you saw it, right? Did you see it? I'm like, bro, you gotta check out these videos, right? Like, if you had friends that were like, this would be cool to send to another friend, come here. So I'm like, they want to read this. All right, check this out. Look at what's going on right now. What do you think of this for a promo? He says to me. I'm like, if there's any way to sell a book, it's like that. Like, yeah, but I can't put it out. Right? That's so cool, man. That's just so cool. Right? That's just so cool. I thought it was going to end in 3 days. What about if this is what was your experience because you knew game? Here, put this on.